What's up, disc golf fans? This is Derek Scull with Gatekeeper Media. Along beside me, we have Chris German.
Hello, everyone.
And we are back on the mic once again, bringing you commentary and coverage for the 2020 Gibson County Challenge.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since we've been on the commentary, and we just want to give a big shout out to the Gibson County Visitors and Tourism Bureau for basically providing this coverage for us, as well as the Hampton Inn.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Dads for Disc Golf. It is the local nonprofit in the area, so they're the ones that kind of manage all of the events and, just bring a lot of disc golf to this area.
Yeah, this is our first time in Indiana, so I'm very excited. We have a B tier here, and we have a pretty fun card for our starting card. A lot of locals. We're going to be having Paul Oman on the card, as well as Dutch Napier. We have Jared Stoll, and we have Lucas Rooney.
That's a great shot here from the Country Club. We are going to be starting at Country Club, so this is one of two courses. And a little bit of a shout out as well is that these are going to be home to the 2022 AM Worlds. So keep an eye out for that, folks.
So we have a lot of high 900 rated players here, a couple people that crest over that 1,000. Hopefully we get some turbo putts from Dutch today. So we're going to start off on hole 1. This is going to be a par 3 at 244 feet. OB to the right of the cart path. Pretty simple hyzer for a righty backhand. This was pretty intense, though. It was downpouring.
Yes. 2 minutes were called, and as you can see here, things are getting a little bit messy. So I do apologize. I did not have the angle. I was dealing with, a little bit of fog situation on the lens. But second up, we have Paul. He's just going to do a standard hyzer shot there. Lands a little deep of the basket, but he should have no problem cleaning that up for his birdie.
So that was Dutch who threw that first shot, who parked it. So good thing that didn't go in. So we do have Lucas.
Electing to go a little bit on the wider route.
Puts it inside the circle. And then Jared from Westside Disc, this is a little too wide. It's going to skip. And it's going to be OB on the first hole.
That's not how you want to start the round at all.
It's going to be a pretty tough 45-footer for par.
Just a little low.
If we learned anything from doing mic'd up rounds with Simon, every good round starts with a bogey. So
yeah. So and there's still a lot of golf to play. This is one of 3 rounds. This would have been on a Saturday, so 2 rounds were played in the same day. So this is that morning round.
Tough weak side there, so he's going to have to take the par. $10-footer for your birdie on opening hole is definitely the way you want to start this tournament.
Oh, yeah. Making it look easy.
Paul with the birdie. Everyone else should be cleaning up. Dutch really can't get any closer unless it was in the basket.
His marker he was so close that his marker is leaning up against the pole there.
But this was a very intense way to kind of start the tournament. We had that torrential downpour during the 2 minutes, and you could see just the fog, the rain's coming down. It was an interesting way to start a tournament. I don't know if I ever started with 2 minutes being called, and it's literally pouring as hard as it can on us. So we're going to move into hole 2. This is going to be a par 4 at 552 feet. A lot of people are going to kind of lay up to this spot and then basically have an easy pitch up. You just really want to watch out for the right side trees there. If you go a little too straight and deep, you could get pinched off in there and then not have your chance there for the birdie.
Yeah, you are going to see a little bit possibility of some rollaways as well. So you need to be mindful of that too. Dutch takes his a little high in that ceiling. He clips it, so that sure did take a little bit of the distance off of that. But like you said, he should have a pretty standard approach from there.
As we can see, pretty easy hole overall with over 50% of the field birdieing it. As Paul decides to go to the left of those trees, the big turnover shot. He's trying to go for the green.
Yeah, man after my own heart. I love a good turnover shot.
As he's going to be punting for eagle. Very good shot from Paul. Lucas, that needs to hook up before he hits the trees, and it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, right there in the landing spot.
Right around where Dutch is. Jared's flips up and turns a little. That's going into the trees. Yeah, and that's going to be tough.
It's going to be jail in there for sure. So this is for Jared's second shot.
Yeah, he's so deep that
and
we had to have him pop out just to kind of see where he even was.
Well, and he, I believe, had already thrown now and was not able to get out.
We don't even know where he is in here. I'm sure he doesn't have a line.
Oh, there it was. In the upper corner there.
He did not make it all the way out, though. This Dutch is going to have his approach.
Come on.
Well, there you go.
Pretty standard. It's a good way to start the tournament. 2 under through 2. Ooh!
A little tickle of the chain.
As we can see, Jared's still in there, and he
Squeaks out.
finds a way to get through. For the eagle putt. He's unable to capitalize.
Yeah, and you can see he's just kind of reliving that instantly. But all you can do is laugh it off, I suppose.
Yeah, this course really sets up for a lot of, I guess, eagle runs for the bigger armed players. A lot of like 400 to 500 foot par 4s that are kind of downhill that if you really get on it, it could be about circle's edge putting for your eagle.
Yeah, and I'd like to think that if the weather was a lot clearer, we'd see a lot more aggressive play, but it's going to be a lot harder to do that when you just don't have the grip.
It's a tough start for Jared as he's taken 2 bogeys in a row. Got to keep a dry hand out there.
Yep, utilizing some sort of powder bag, not sure exactly what it is, but those are a useful tool for any disc golfer.
Nice birdie from Lucas. So we should have some cleanups. Let us know in the comments below what you use for keeping your hand dry. Birdie bags, sawdust. There's a lot of things out there. Chalk. We're going to move into hole 3, 340 feet. We have OB to the right of the cart path. A lot of these guys are going to hang a big hyzer out over this cart path and try to get it right into the circle. If you do saw it off early and go early left, it could be pretty tough there, but as long as you stay in bounds, it should be an easy up and down for par. So it's going to hook up for Dutch. Might get a skip off the cart path. Nope.
Wow, that was like Velcro. Just stuck the landing.
This is a little left for Paul. Let's see if it gets down. And it does.
Just shy of pin high.
Inside the circle. Lucas knew right out of his hand.
Yeah, it's going to leave a little bit of work for him. Kind of takes the birdie play out of it there.
Yeah. Just take your par.
So there's that skip you were talking about off the cart path.
And just inside the circle. So everyone's getting inside the circle here, except for Lucas. It's a good bid. At this point, the rain kind of slowed down. We had that crazy downpour, and then it kind of just stayed at a sprinkle for a little bit at this point.
Yeah, waking up on this morning knowing that we had a wet one ahead of us was pretty daunting.
Yes, Jared, that was a very nice birdie. Stops the bleeding.
Ooh, got banded.
So Dutch's birdie streak's going to end. Let's see if Paul can keep his and walk away with a turkey.
It's always good to see a little bit of a pre-shot routine. Varies from player to player, and it looks like we have ourselves a turkey.
Paul's cooking birds out here. Lucas is going to tap in his par. We'll have a couple cleanups.
Not a bad start.
All right, so we're going to move into hole 4. 301 feet. This is going to be a double Mando. You're going to have to go right between these trees. Cart path is not OB. There is OB really far to the right here. We might see some guys throw some forehands here. If not, probably a little mid-range shot. Looks like Paul's electing with that mid-range backhand. Just make sure you make the Mando. That's about it.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he was really playing for the green, really just to set up his next shot.
Yeah, just take the 60-footer. If you miss it, you got an easy par. Is this getting close? Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Some tree love right there. Dutch is going to go with that forehand route I was talking about, and he saw that. That's going to have to hit that tree. He misses the Mando. He's going to be thrown from the drop zone. So this is a good line from Lucas. See if he's behind that tree. Might have to straddle out.
Yeah, got a little bit of a redirection. Pushed it a little more to the right with that branch clip.
You can get aggressive on this shot right here. Dutch to save his par. Ooh.
Looks like Paul's got himself about a 50-footer.
Yeah, just inside circle 2.
Ooh. Just need a little bit more height.
Jared, ooh. It was just outside the circle. Circle's edge about. And it does look like Lucas has a straddle putt. That's a really nice 2 from Lucas.
Like rain jackets when they get wet.
Yeah, he's feeling good about that one.
Yeah, let's see if he can keep up that momentum. So we'll have some cleanups. Paul Fuller's par. Jared will be taking his par, and Dutch is going to now have red on that card. First blemish. But that little hillside, and it's pretty rough right there, so you can get pretty aggressive. So I really like Paul's play here, just to kind of lay up, make sure you hit the Mando, and just take that circle 2 putt.
Yeah, I mean, we see what's happening with the more aggressive play here with how Dutch is finishing the hole.
Huh. What color's your disc? How?
It's green. Stop. Whatever. I'll get another one.
All right, and we are back on hole 5, par 3, 245 feet. I would say one of the easier holes on the course for these guys. Basically just a putter or a mid-range. Not really anything you have to worry about. Maybe a minor roll away to circle's edge. Pitched up on this hillside, but these guys really want to be walking away with the birdie on this one, as that needs to hook up.
Finds himself deep. Now this is one of the holes that really does lend to really giving you any type of approach that you want, forehand or backhand.
Yeah, whatever shot you have in your bag, there's really nothing in the way really to cause any stress on this hole. As that's going to be a little short and left from Jared. It's going to be a tough putt. And Dutch, probably with a PA3. Nice little putter shot. That's looking really good. Yeah, it's pretty textbook.
So Jared does find himself putting towards a drop-off.
Just can't get it in the basket. Lucas, a little closer than I thought.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, elevator
Sneaky.
action.
I can hear just that ring of the band hit. Send shivers down my spine.
Lucas is putting up a pretty good round here to begin. As Paul's doing the same. Very nice putt from Paul.
Yeah, I would expect that type of play from Paul, being a relatively local to these courses. So he's been playing these events for some time.
Nice birdie from Dutch. After taking that bogey on the last hole. Jared's going to clean up his par. So Paul 4 down through 5. Lucas right on his tail, though. As we're going to move into hole 6. It's going to be a par 4 at 550 feet. Do have OB to the green, hazard to the bunker that's over there to the right. And this is kind of the first time we have woods come into play. So everyone's going to kind of take their first shot, but the second shot's a pretty touchy approach shot. You're going to have to hit that gap.
With an extremely tight green.
Yeah, and then we have a pretty strong drop-off behind, so...
Yeah, so even if you have a clean shot off the tee that you're finding yourself, with like a really good approach to the gap, you have to be mindful, because really anywhere that you place near the green, you may need to kind of deal with a straddle putt of some kind, because there's a lot of trees in there.
That was a good shot from Jared. Pretty textbook. Paul's going to do the same thing. This might cut roll a little, but...
Rolled in the right direction.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is just throw it out right to this fairway. Just make sure you don't go too long and turn it too much. You can end up OB over there.
That's flattening pretty nicely.
And I would say the deeper you go on this spot, you have a more straighter shot for your approach. So I would say Dutch is probably in the best spot. And wow, that flipped right over. He's getting aggressive.
Stable.
And he is okay over there.
Wow.
But that's going to be a very tricky approach. Let's see. There is kind of like a backdoor gap over there.
Yeah, either that or just a really smooth turnover again.
Paul's coming in hot. That's going to have to stop. And there's that steep drop-off we were talking about. He's going to have a circle edge putt going uphill with a lot of trees. So it's going to be a tough birdie. Dutch, a little more finesse.
That's the style of play we're looking for.
Very nice shot from Dutch. Lucas with his forehand. Very similar touch shot. And that gets
good tree.
Gets lucky, hits some trees. And then it looks like Jared's going to do that backdoor route.
And he finds it.
Whew.
So really at this point, we're only seeing Paul with the more obstructed putt.
Paul's not able to capitalize. Let's see if Lucas can get the birdie.
That's a lot of green.
Yeah, it's a good start for Lucas. 4 down through 6. He's getting stoked. Everyone else should clean up.
The camera jitters are not affecting Lucas, as we can tell.
Dutch just had that one blemish. Jared's fighting his way back to even.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting to brush off those jitters now.
Paul's just keeping pace. So we're going to move into hole 7. Have some water coming into play here. Par 3 at 278 feet. There is a hazard there to the right, so you do want to avoid that little sand bunker. But basically a pretty standard hyzer shot. Even if you end up early and left, if you have yourself a circle edge putt uphill, you can get pretty aggressive.
Yeah, that wood line there does help a little bit with stopping if you're fighting too far left.
Yeah, I would say being left on this hole is probably the best, as long as you clear that tree right there.
Right,
Exactly that.
Left and long.
Like Dutch, this is too far right. He might actually end up in that hazard right there. And he does. There's just one little circle of hazard there, and he finds it. Jared's setting up for his shot. Looks like he has some type of fairway. So this is looking pretty neat to get down, and that's what you were saying, hitting those woods. He should have a putt from there, though.
So now, something else that you have to really tend to is that tree that's to the right of the basket does act as a pretty good guardian for a standard hyzer shot.
Like that? That was on a really good line
nice
from
flex
Paul.
line, yeah.
Yeah. Dutch putting from the hazard for his par. That's going to be another piece of red on his scorecard. So it looks like Dutch is really finding these OBs, these hazards. Paul's got a little straddle.
Looks to be circle's edge.
About 25, 30 feet. He cans
yeah.
it. Good birdie from Paul. Keeping pace.
There's something to be said about the slow and smooth style of play that Paul's exhibiting here, just lending to the conditions, really.
So Luke is looking to cash this birdie as well. And he does.
Yeah, at this point, he's applying some pressure to Paul.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Like you said, those woods really kind of stop the disc, so you don't have to worry about getting too deep in there. As Jared's able to get his birdie as well. So pretty big scoring separation for Dutch here. Everyone walking away with green. He's going to be having some red. That's a tough bogey.
Nothing I love more than the hazy glasses at every moment, you know?
So we're going to move into hole 8, par 4, 540 feet. We do have this water come into play. Also, the green is OB. Can get very aggressive here, though, if the wind is right, if you have a real nice big turnover shot. We'll see if anyone gets aggressive here and tries to reach the green. If not, you kind of just lay up right before the green to the left of the lake or to the pond, and then take an easy 3. He tried to get aggressive. That needs to stay dry.
Oh, wow.
It's a good, strong disc.
So a little bit of a missed throw there from Lucas. Gets lucky.
Probably a slip.
Yeah,
So at this point, it started sprinkling again.
Yeah, it was raining pretty decent at this point.
It looks like we got the same from Jared. A
Paul,
little less lucky.
Paul's gonna go for it too, as he finds. Finds the perfect shot. And
Airs it out enough. Does he make it over the? Yeah,
Yep.
he does. Crests over that hill. He should be right around circle's edge.
he's parked.
Is it? Parked?
He's parked. Yeah. It's Dutch, just too much. That's gonna get wet. He'll be thrown from the drop zone. Drop zone's about where the camera is in this shot. So he'll be at the front of that green. Jared got lucky he didn't go OB here. So he's just going to kind of lay up in front of that green. Woo. You can see that rain coming down from the pond. Luke gets over that hill. He'll probably have a circle edge putt. Dutch trying to get up and down for his par. No, have himself a tester.
All right.
Good bid from Jared. That's easy up and down for par. Very good save from Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch needed that to get his head back in the game. That's a good confidence boosting putt right there.
Luke for his birdie. About 20 feet away.
Oh,
no.
just did not want to stick.
That's his second putt this 9 that he's really, and there's the eagle tap in. So I just want to give a big shout out to Paul with that one. But Lucas, that's the second time he kind of found the chains and wasn't able to stick. So we're going to move into hole 9. We're going to have ourselves an island green here, par 3 at 262 feet. A very large island, but nonetheless an island. Most of these guys are probably going to throw a mid-range or even a putter to get up there. Just got to make sure you get deep enough. That's really it.
I'd love to hear everybody's opinion on manufactured islands. So please let us know in the comments.
Ooh, that
Wow.
barely made it. Wow. Yeah, the forehand seems like a good play here.
Safer, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
And with the wet grass, you're not going to get as much of an aggressive flare, so you don't have to worry so much about getting pushed to the right with that forehand.
Jared, this needs to go,
Skip.
go. Oh, no.
Wow.
Tough. This Dutch's needs to keep going. That's in similar territory. Ooh. Just made it. It's going to have probably a circle edge putt.
Do it.
Good attempt for the par save. Strong crosswind for Dutch.
Over anticipating that wind.
Paul coming off that eagle. This would be a great way to end this front 9. Oh, no.
Weak side just doesn't stick.
Oh, man. Awesome birdie from Lucas. 6 down through 9. Putting up a good round so far. Dutch kind of back and forth. He's been finding OB.
Jared sticking to that even par.
Paul with the 7 down through 9. Very good starting.
Look at that blue on that scorecard.
Yeah, that's a nice color blue. So we take a look at the scores. Paul, that 1-stroke lead on Lucas, as we're going to move into this back 9. Just want to say a big thank you to everyone. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the back 9.
And we want to say thank you again to Dads for Disc Golf, the tourism board here for Gibson County, and Hampton Inn.
Take care, everyone.